afternoon, everyone. My name is Keith Mead. I am CEO of What's Up Interactive. There's a whole nother story of how we came up with the name What's Up Interactive, but I'll detail that later or at some other time. I'm with the company for 13 years. Company's been around for 20. We are a true digital agency in Atlanta, Georgia. And what I mean by that is that we focus on the marketing, the creative, and the technology for our clients. We strive to be the endpoint solution for anything web where they kind of interface with our customers. We're 25 people strong, and Amazon really helps us to be at that number. We do a lot on the technology part, and being able to manage our websites from Amazon's cloud services, it makes it a lot easier, where for the most part our developers can focus on the development and don't have to bear the brunt of the hosting and all the security and all the things that have been detailed today. So Amazon helps us to deliver that. Some sample clients you can see there: Fox, AT&T, Georgia Lottery, Georgia Aquarium, Ingersoll Rand, and DS Waters. I'll share some of the creative work. We actually just launched for AT&T Business a branded YouTube channel, so a lot of the how-to videos done by our agency, as well as the actual creative and also the technology of the code development of that. We're actually working to get the videos that we create into the cloud in our backup recovery solution that I'll detail here in a moment. The Georgia Lottery is a kind of a result of one of the main successes we've seen out of using Amazon services. I've got an interesting story to kind of walk you through, but for the Lottery Corporation, we handle it all again, from the look and feel, the marketing, the creative, and the technology. We handle all the hosting. We are in our third year with the Lottery Corporation. We started having a data center on the West Coast and a data center on the East Coast, colo, outsource, manage, highly expensive on a monthly basis, and Amazon's helped us to drastically cut down costs. So I want to detail a story just for a moment of the $640 million jackpot. If you go back to March 30th of this year, this was uncharted territory for the Lottery Corporation, for anybody that plays Mega Millions, anybody who wants to dream big. That was the night to dream big. We were dreaming, how do we keep the site up? That's the big dream we had. But prior, our key performance indicator of keeping the site in a high performance state is the number of visitors per any 1 second. The previous record was 7,000 visitors in any 1 second. So we leveraged Google Analytics. We can see that live stream, and we're contemplating what's the big number that we're going to see. And around the office, we kind of thought 12,000, 13,000, 14,000. We'll double it. We should be fine. During that week, I'll detail what we set up with Amazon, but we kind of put things into place into the cloud that will help us go through the storm. The draw starts at 11 o'clock. We know the winning number is at 11. And at 10:45, we were already at 6,000, just 1,000 shy of the record number that we had. So we were already worried with the number of our forecast. Winning number is not even announced, and we're in the territory where we thought we would be for the peak. Another 10 minutes advances, winning numbers announced, and we're at 24,000, well off the charts, and then we hit our peak at 35,000 visitors at any 1 second. I'll detail you how we got there in just a few minutes. We started with Amazon about 2 years ago, and for us, and today, we leverage these different services. For all of our stuff is backed up off-site using S3. We have set up a pilot light solution using EC2, and also an Elasticity solution that allows us to scale pretty quickly. What we do with Offsite Storage is all of our code work, all of our development work, so we can have different versions. You can imagine that code mounts up pretty quickly. All of our creative assets, so your Photoshop files, your RAW files, your stock photography, all of that fun stuff. When it comes to communications, that is important as well. That needs to be backed up. And then again, we're looking at video. So getting that all done and backed up using S3. What does that look like? Real high-level overview. Our offices, we have a facility in Atlanta, direct fiber connection, unmetered, so we like to use that. And we have everything kind of backed up, obviously, in our office. So our team of developers created kind of custom scripts that back up on a daily basis the difference, and we store that into S3. In Atlanta, for us and our production team, snow, even the threat of snow, can have Atlanta closed down. So we actually had a period where the office was closed for the week. So the main purpose for us is to allow our production team to continue to keep doing business so they can easily retrieve their stuff from the cloud and continue to work. So the benefits, I kind of highlighted that. I think the biggest one for us is, as a partner at What's Up, it's a 50% cost savings from the previous vendor. Once this is implemented, cost savings were down, and we have a better solution today. Kind of a step from there is disaster recovery for us and also for our clients. We never want to be in the moment where we're contacting one of our clients and say, well, we lost whatever file in order we need to have the site hosted, or lost some sort of log files. That's not an option, so we want to make sure we have a reliable backup solution in place. It's also great for us to benefit in rolling out a new release. You can actually go back and restore from a previous version. So what we have done with EC2 is a pilot-like situation using EC2 and EBS. So just to kind of walk you through this, on the right side of this side is our office in Atlanta, our data center. We have the sites hosted there on a day-to-day basis. You've got your web server, your application server, and your database server running. We then have data mirroring replication going with an instance in EC2, the database server. So the data is always in sync. It's in the cloud. It's updated, but not really utilized at this moment. It's there sitting there waiting for the moment that a fire alarm goes off. And suddenly, or whatever else happens, it's no event, our office gets hit with an asteroid, we're able to use our DNS failover situation where they will then automatically detect that there's no connection, flip over, and then we can then use the instance in Amazon to then host the sites from there until we're able to get back in live in Atlanta with the site. So again, you've heard this many times today, you're paying only for the resources you need. It's a great redundant solution, and we strive to make that turnkey for our clients. A lot of our clients don't even know that's going on behind the scenes. A step up is, once you've really have the backup solution in place, you potentially have a way to have offsite hosting go on within minutes. You could then begin to leverage it for more of a scalability solution, and that's what we kind of detailed with the Georgia Lottery Corporation. It's also a great resource to have if you need to, for downtime and maintenance. So what that looks like is, again, we have our sites hosted in Atlanta, all the different components that make that up. Just normal traffic can be actually shifted by a percentage basis. You can state that we want to host 50, we want Amazon to host 50, or you can have multiple instances and spread your traffic across different geographic regions. Here with the cloud, we're showcasing it's a smaller instance, so we can have maybe 10% of the traffic there being hosted. And then when we know that a big traffic spike is going to hit, all we have to do is then increase and get a larger instance in Amazon and be able to scale and meet the demand of the traffic. And then once traffic is down, you can then scale back to a smaller solution. So for us, we're in the process of seeing a savings of over $1 million over 2 years. If you take a look at staffing, you take a look at the hardware investment, the colo investment, the managed hosting investment, we're on the path to see that. Again, you only pay for the resources that you need, reliable uptime, and it's once you have it in place, you get a lot of benefits of all the different services you heard today. In closing, I detailed just kind of what we have learned along the way. We had a lot of discussions 2 years ago. What's possible? What do we use? How do we get into it? And I would encourage just to jump in and try it. Start with a backup solution, get comfortable with that, and then slowly go into the different services that you can utilize. Continue testing all throughout the way. Getting production systems are always complex. You want to make sure that you have checks and balances in the way that your applications are working in the way they should in every center. And again, significant cost savings once you have it in place. If there's any questions, you can feel free to reach me at my contact information, and thanks for having me today.